It's your girl, Missnicety, on Be More's Playbook. Yes, this is my new platform where I provide you my weekly insight on sports and more. That's right, week 3 of the NFL. Let's get right into it. Um, First thing I want to do is my report card from last week. I know I'm getting a little started a little late this week, guys. But my week 3 predictions were done like Wednesday. But I'm just getting to putting out my week 3 reviews of last week and my prediction for next week. So let's get right into it. My report card from last week. I went down a little. Last week, week 1, I had got 10 right. This week, I only got 9 right. So let me tell you about the ones that I got wrong. Baltimore and Vegas, and the Raiders. I picked Baltimore to win, but the Raiders came right here and won. Okay, tore Baltimore up. Gave them a nice little upset. The next one was Detroit and Tampa. I picked Tampa to go down in Detroit, but Mayfield and his crew won in Detroit. Let's see. I picked Jacksonville to beat the Browns. However, Deshaun Watson and them took care of business. Tennessee and the Jets. That was Thursday night game, and I had the Jets falling to Tennessee, but the Jets went to Tennessee, Memphis, and won. Right. And the last two that I got wrong was Chicago Bears. I had Chicago Bears beating Houston, the Texans, but CJ Stroud and crew won. And the very last one, I had Philly winning at home over the Falcons. And they allowed them to come right in their home turf and win. I was shocked and surprised. Matter of fact, that game told me a lot about Philly because honestly, I think Jalen Hurts looked good. Jalen Hurts looked good. He did get an interception like at the last 2 or 3 seconds of the game. He got hit, and I'm not surprised he got an interception because he did get hit. But even with that, that shouldn't have been an interception. He had some receivers over there that should have did everything possible to make sure the other team didn't get the ball, even if they wasn't going to catch it. But it's the defense. There's no reason why that Atlanta got the ball with I think they didn't even have 2 minutes. They had like a minute and 30 something seconds left in the game to go 70 yards in 65 seconds. Where was your defense? Okay, I believe he had 3 short pass completions and he had the one in the end zone. I'm just blown away. They should have been able to keep them to a field goal. I was just blown away about that game. But anyway, those are my picks for week 2. I got 9 correct. Now let's move on to what we want to talk about today is this 2 or 2, right? Right now in the week 3, before week 3 start, we have teams that have 2 wins or 2 losses. And this is a significant moment because I went back and looked at year 2023. At this same moment in 23, there were 8 teams with 2 losses. Those teams that did not win that 3rd week wind up having a losing record. They didn't go anywhere. Those 3 teams, or no, it was 4 teams. Those 4 teams was the Bears, the Panthers, the Broncos, and the Vikings. They fell to 3-0, and they did nothing. I think the Vikings tried to do something, but then at the end of the year, they came back with like consecutive losses. So it's very important because statistics mean a lot, right? So it's very important for these teams that are 0-2 to win this week, today, okay? That's the Rams, the Giants, the Panthers, the Colts, the Jaguars, Titans, and I'm surprised about the Ravens, the Bengals. I'm probably more surprised about the Jaguars, the Ravens, and the Bengals that they don't have any wins right now. They should be one of those teams that have at least one win. So what about the teams? Like I said, it's 2-2. You have 9 teams that also have 0 losses. 0 losses. And I think it's really important to mention this because right now, this is the point where you give the coaches credit or you give the quarterback the credit. Just like with the teams that have the 0 losses, the 0 wins and 2 losses. Right now, they looking at the quarterbacks. They sitting them down. They looking at the coaches. They thinking about replacing them. Okay? Because even in Baltimore, they talking about John Harbaugh. Right? Like, he got to go. He's not a good coach. He's making the wrong plays. So at this moment, they are making those decisions and choices about who should get the credit when the teams are 2-0. So we're going to go down the teams that's 2-0, and I'm going to let you know who I think should get the credit. All right, we have 9 teams. Let's start with Seahawks. Should the coach get the credit or should the quarterback? Their quarterback has lots of help, guys. The quarterback has the running back, what's his name? Gino. He has the running back, Kenneth Walker, with 103 rushing yards. He had wide receivers. He had 3 wide receivers that one has a touchdown pass. They have 80 to 46 yards rushing. So I say the quarterback has a lot of help. He has 2 touchdown passes, 1 interception, and 5 sacks. I'm going to give it to the coach. The coach should get all the credit for having the right team. Like I said, he got a lot of help. So what's that? Mike McDonald, you get all the credit for the Seahawks. All right, let's move over to the Vikings. Who should get the credit? Should it be the coach or should it be the quarterback? I'm going to be honest. I'm not sold on Sam Darnold. I'm not sure about him yet. Look, he has an average passing. His average passing yards are up this year. But remember, we only 2 games in. So that's not saying a lot. He is definitely up. It's a lot of football left, and I feel like he has a lot more to improve. Right now, he has the longest passing yard for the season so far, which is 97 yards. How you do that? How do you throw from goal line to goal line is 100 yards, right? This man threw a 97-yard pass, and that's pretty impressive. But like I said, I'm not sold on him yet. I'm going to give it to the quarterback, but I feel like I'm not sold on him yet because everything else about him is average. With 50 passing attempts, 36 completion out of those 50 passing attempts, I'm not sure. He has a total of 476 yards, passing yards. And this week, the Vikings is going up against another 2-0 team. And so we'll say the jury is not out on him. I'm going to give it to him for now, to Sam Darnold, but the jury's not out on that. All right, now let's move on to the Saints. The Saints is showing off, guys. The Saints, both of their games, 40-plus points. That's very impressive. All I want to say is, Derek Carr, you are showing off, my man. I'm going to give him all the credit because I feel like he is winning right now. He had his longest passing yard is 70 yards, which was the the longest before last week when Sam Donald took it from him. He has 2 sacks, 1 interception, and 5 touchdown passes. So I just want to say he eating right now. He's winning. I'm going to give it to Sam Donald. Now let's move on to the Bucs. Okay, the Buccaneers are showing off. They have wide receivers, Goodwin and Evans. They have 5 touchdown passes. Baker does. 6 sacks, 1 interception. His longest passing yard was only 41. He only had 36 completions. So I'm going to give it to him. I think these numbers are kind of weak right now, but they 2-0. They 2-0. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Baker. I could give it to the coach because he do have a little help. But that coach, what his name, Bowlers, he's just been there for a couple of years, and Baker only been there for 2. So I'm going to give it to Baker. The next team up is the Texans, Houston Texans. They are 2-0. So should the credit go to the coach or should it go to the quarterback? The quarterback is new, Ryan's. I'm going to give it all to CJ Stroud. I'm going to give it to the coach. He has 0 interceptions. He does have 7 sacks. He has some good help. But he has the 3 touchdown passes and 47 completions. That's almost 50, guys. I'm going to give it to the quarterback. Now moving on to the Steelers, who are 2-0. So should the credit go to the coach or should it go to the quarterback? I'm giving it to the coach, hands down. First of all, over there, they don't even know who is the quarterback. Justin Fields has been hitting the field. His numbers are not that impressive, but they are winning. So I'm going to give it to the coach. Russell is there to take over as soon as he get better or if Justin gets worse. Because he's not that impressive to me, but they are definitely winning. See, Justin has the lowest passing yards. He has 4 sacks. He has 43 pass attempts. And his completion rate is only, well, that's not bad. 69%. That's not bad. But his longest passing yard is 40 yards. Not impressive. You know what I mean? Like, that's not impressive to me. So I'm giving it to the coach. And they too, or are they? No, I think they, do we go? Oh, no, we don't play the Steelers. We play the Saints. But anyway, moving right along. The next team that's 2-0 is the Bills. So, should we give the credit to the coach or should we give the credit to the quarterback? Sean is the coach. He's been there since McDermott. He's been there since 2017. And he has Josh Allen. His completion rate is high, guys. It's the high average per yards. Everything that he's doing this year is pretty good. They haven't even made any big changes. The Bills is just picking up from where they left off last year. They didn't really make any different changes through the offseason. He still have Cook. That's his wide receiver, I believe. He still have Cook out there. He has Shockert. There haven't been any much changes. I'm gonna give it to the coach. I'm gonna say the coach's been here the longest. Just as long. Just put it like that. He's been there just as long, and now he's making an impact. I'm gonna give it to the coach. So the last two, the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 2-0. Is it the coach or the quarterback? Everybody loves Mahomes, okay? And he is dynamic. I have to give it to him. He is dynamic. He's gonna find a way to, to win. He's gonna pass it. He's gonna rush it himself. He's gonna move around in the pocket until someone get open. But guess what? I'm giving all the credit to the coach. It's just him and one or two. No, I'm giving all the credit to the coach and allowing him to have the men on the team to do it. And not only that, he always makes sure Taylor Swift is up there in that skybox. So I'm giving it to the coach. And the very last one is the Chargers. The Chargers, is it the quarterback? Who the quarterback? Justin Herbert? Or is it the coach? Jim Harbaugh. You know they love, Jim, he's such a great coach. This, and that. But guess what? I'm not giving it to either one. They get nothing from me. And here's why. I feel like Justin Herbert is underperforming. Everything about him is average or underwhelming. Like he's not doing anything outstanding. And I feel the same thing about the coach. Even though he's not in the field, it's not no awesome calls being played. But here's the thing. I think the main reason why they are 2-0 is because they really haven't played anybody. That's it. They haven't played anybody. They only played the Raiders and the Panthers. Why wouldn't they be 2-0? Right? Why wouldn't they be 2-0? Well, this week they have the Steelers. Okay, show me what you got. Now, and if they beat the Steelers, then they come up against the Chiefs. Show me what you got before that break. So we're going to find out before week 5 is their break. We're going to find out what the Chargers are all about, because I don't think they about nothing. Okay. So that is, the jury is still out on some of these, but like I said, those are the teams that are 2-0. The teams that are 0-2, like Baltimore, the Bengals, who else? I don't know. I can't even tell you about the other team. I know who they are, but I don't think that they need to win. If they don't win this week, the likelihood of them having a losing season is up. Okay? So my last thing are my picks for week 3. They right here, guys. Woo, 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 woo. Here are my picks for week 3. Alright, so this game is already over, but I picked the Jets to win. Yeah, I did, because New England, come on. Anyway, I picked the Jets to win between Deshaun and the Giants. I got Deshaun showing his stuff off this week. I think he's really going to show off because he's playing the Giants. Come on, and he's at home. So between Chicago and the Colts, I have the Bears winning. Between Houston and Minnesota, I want to tell you, the Vikings, this was kind of hard for me to pick. It really was. But I settled with Houston. So hopefully the Texans will win. Hopefully Houston will win. Between Philadelphia and New Orleans, look, y'all already know. I just said that Derek Carr is showing off. He's killing. Oh my gosh. And I want to know, is it just that he's so accurate? Because he's only made 39 attempts. He made 39 attempts with 30 completions. So is that just how accurate he is? I'm like, my goodness. Or is they just like running the ball? I don't know. All I know is that they went in and Eagles gonna be in New England, in New Orleans this week, and I'm hoping Philly pulls it out because we need this win. Like I said, Jalen Hurts looks pretty good to me. He don't look bad at all. He did have one interception on Monday, but I don't care about that too much unless it's like a whole bunch of them. But no, and my nephew, New Orleans, the Saints, that's his team. So we coming for you, Jalen. That's my nephew name. We coming for you, and hopefully the Philly can pull this off. That's who I have beaten between Pittsburgh and the Charger. I have Pittsburgh, the Steelers winning. Between Tampa and Denver, the Broncos, I have the Broncos falling to 3-0 and Tampa winning. Between Green Bay and Tennessee, I know it's late, and I heard Jordan Love is not playing, but I still pick Green Bay. So hopefully they can still pull it out. Between Carolina and Vegas, I have the Raiders. They playing in Vegas. They just coming off a win. They're gonna be at home. The Panthers is not much to beat. So I have Raiders winning. Between Seattle and Miami, I have the Seahawks. They playing at home. Between the Lions and Arizona, I have the Cardinals pulling it out at home. Between Baltimore and Dallas, I need Baltimore to win. Okay, Baltimore, y'all going to Dallas. Y'all need to bring this one home, okay? Between San Francisco and the Rams, I have the 49ers winning. Between Kansas City and the Falcons, I have the Chiefs going into Atlanta and winning with no problem. Between the Buffalo Bills and Jaguar, I have the Bills beating at home. And between Washington and the Bengals, I have Washington winning. So we'll see. Those are my weeks. Those are my weeks. Those are my picks for week 3. What are your picks? Put your picks down and let's compare them next week. Enjoy the games, guys.